Good evening, everybody. Cranky will be here shortly. Mike, first in the chat, welcome. The weather has officially calmed down a little bit around here. Thank goodness. You know, we've had a Florida summer in Michigan for the most part, and I'm kind of over it. I can do the heat, I can do all that, but the humidity, take that back down south. So, just a quick supplement to my Michi rant the other day. I didn't say this in the video. Just to clarify, the people of Cincinnati were great. The people there where we stayed in Kentucky were great. Scrap Metal Racing is in the house. Welcome, my friend. Cranky will be here shortly. I'm just getting the ball rolling here. We had a great time down there. Just, it was the ball game that kind of messed it up for us. But the rest of it was great. So I just wanted to throw that in there. I didn't put it in the video I did the other day. Conqueror of Balls, welcome. And yeah, it was a fun time. It's something different to do. Like I said in the video, I hadn't been down there since I was a kid, so it was cool to hang out and see what's changed over the years. And Cincinnati got a bad rap there not long ago, and that's just a few people in the town. That's not the whole city. And we had a great time. Never once felt like our lives were in danger or anything like that. But I do joke around. I've got a friend in Toledo that Mr. and Mrs. West Texas, welcome. I've got a friend that lives in Toledo that says us Michigan people are crazy when we come down to Ohio and drive into Ohio from Michigan. And I actually sent her a text message asking her when the last time was that she was down near the Cincinnati, Kentucky state line. Because nothing against my friends in Kentucky, but you guys drive worse than we do. We were on our way up to the ballpark from the hotel, and we're coming up 75, 71, whatever that is, and you kick off to go into downtown Cincinnati, and you're going through this, I don't know what you want to call it. I compare it to if you're ever in Chicago and you're driving down the streets that go under the subway and you got berms on both sides of you and all this. That's the area we're driving through, and you've got all these lifted 4x4 pickup trucks with their big tires whipping around like they're trying to finish the last lap of the Indy 500, or they're trying to audition for the next Fast and the Furious movie. It's crazy down there. But no, we had a good time. I would definitely visit the area again. I won't go back to the ballpark. Just too much weirdness and that, and no regard for what people may have going on when they're there. And this is 2025, and everybody should be welcome and have access to entertainment such as a ball game or such. But okay, Cranky said he's almost there, so yeah, Conqueror, you're not kidding. I haven't been able to go into a restaurant and have two people have breakfast, like a good hearty, stick to the ribs, fill your belly breakfast for $20. So yeah, it's definitely cool down there. I'll definitely go back to check some stuff out. We were on a tight schedule that weekend, so we didn't get to go everywhere and do everything. But we actually, I looked at the football schedule, and the Bengals are playing the Lions there my birthday weekend, and then I start looking at tickets, and tickets for the NFL are just stupid expensive. I'd rather sit at home with my cheap hot dogs and my microwave popcorn and all that stuff, and you can buy a whole pack of hot dogs for what one costs down there. But they apparently Cincinnati prices their tickets based on who they're playing, and the cheapest seats I could find for that game that Sunday are you look at the seating map. It's here's your football field, here's the end zones, and this. Well, here, let me move this over so I can get the point here. Here's your end zones, and the tickets were way up there, and they were like $625 for two tickets. I'm like, nah. You know what, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas? Yeah, and I know I'm a bad Lions fan. I have never been to a Lions game, and I'm going to be 52 in October. So, but Cranky is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cranky's on the town.
Sup, yo.
Hey. So, but yeah. Yeah, I just want to I want to go to one to say that I've been to one. I mean, I went to a practice game, but Conquer, yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. They we've got our Red Wings here. I don't like our arena here. I can't stand LCA. It's too weird. And we actually go down to Toledo and watch the Toledo Walleye play their ECHL team for the Wings. But yeah, hockey's actually the best sport for the money nowadays. Even baseball's gotten crazy expensive.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah. When I found out what my son paid for the 2 tickets for the Tiger game we went to several weeks back, and then what he paid for the tickets for weekend before last, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll just stick to my Toledo Mud Hens. So.
Oh man, so Missy, how are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Well, I obviously I'm busy.
Yeah.
Had to come down to Missouri for some family business and stuff, and I'm not going to have comments. So, hi everybody in the chat. I'm on my phone.
I can run down the list so you know who's here if you want.
That would be just awesome if you feel like it.
Mike was here like 45 minutes before we went live.
Hi, Mike.
Let's see. We got Mike was here at 5:31. Scrap Metal Racing, Conqueror of Balls, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas, FG.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs.
FG
well, hi everybody. Yeah, I
here.
Appreciate your patience with me.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. So,
I thought I would be home yesterday, but I'm not going to be able to go home till tomorrow because we had some family business that I had to get some things done on. And,
you know, that's my word, family first.
I do, and I'm just about done with it here as far as I'm ready to be back to Cranky Acres. But here's can you see Marty? Come here, Marty the Wonder Dog.
Here, let me get you full screen here. Hold on, let me do this. There we go.
If I can get her. Oh,
hey,
where'd she go? Oh, here we go. There's Marty the Wonder Dog. Say hello to everybody.
Like, nah, it's okay, Dad. I'm good.
Yeah, Oh, look at that. My phone just like swiveled around upside down, and that's funny. Welcome to Cranky's Fun World here. Oh, shit. I tell you what.
Conqueror, no, that is not the old Joe Louis Arena. The old Joe Louis Arena currently has a hotel being built on the property. Their Little Caesars Arena, if you're familiar with Detroit, is now up by Ford Field, Comerica Park, and the Fox Theater, just on the northern edge of downtown, right along I-75 there as you're coming into downtown Detroit. So Mike Ilitch got his wish.
I got the dog, Mama.
He's got his wish. He's got his
I'm sorry.
over there at 75 in Woodward. So,
well, I got a surprise for you here, Missy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a couple of them are actually really nice. I got this for. Let's see if I can swing this around and get a focus on it.
Oh, there's Marty.
Did she come over?
Do a parade lap.
There you go. All right, so my sister and I, in all of my years, have never ever gone and done like just a day trip or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we did yesterday. There's a big Amish store really close here, and I don't know how well you can see that, but it says Outhouse Bank. Drop in a quarter and you will have guaranteed interest. So I got this for the peanut because you know he likes his coins, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you ready for this?
Uh-oh.
And drum roll, please. You ready? Here it goes. I'm going to drop in a quarter.
Oh. Without Jack.
It's got a real live mousetrap in there, so I'm sure his dad's going to be happy with me for getting him that. But payback's a hell, ain't it? And so yeah, he's gonna enjoy this, I think. But
well, and I remember when people used to tell me Amish people didn't have a sense of humor.
Oh my, you kidding? These gals had a great sense of humor. And then second thing I had, look at this kid. Tell me who you think this is.
It's you.
Yeah. Look at that handsome devil. I don't know what happened, dude. But look at all the hair. That's the year, Mishy, that my the head football coach, I lettered in as a sophomore, and my hair was my hair. And the head football coach was saying to our coach, assistant coach, that he said, well, when did you, Coach Harris, when did you start letting girls play football? And that afternoon, they were standing over on the side, and we were running a drill between two tires, and I was carrying the ball, and one of the head coach's favorite linemen, I blew him out of the hole like 3 times in a row, and he kept getting bad and getting mad and going, get back in there. And so we did, and I blew him out 3 times. It was great.
Well, Conqueror says looks a little like Eli Manning.
Oh, well, thank you. I wish I had his paycheck and he had a feather, and we'd both be tickled. But, okay, so here's the big reveal that I was telling you about earlier. There's a little pawn shop here that I've been trying to get into for a long time. Now, mind you, this guy took a year off. And you hear this?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I went into his shop, and I'm hoping these. I got a smoking deal on these. I looked at them online, and they're like for sale on eBay and Etsy and all that kind of stuff. Different coin places for anywhere from $220 to $349 a piece, and I paid $20 a piece for them. So this is
nice.
I've always wanted Spanish silver, and I really do hope that they look right and they feel right. It's a 1783 8 real.
They sound right too.
Yeah. So he said he got them in Florida, which is really cool. But if I were, you know, gonna counterfeit them, that's probably the market I would do them in. But
well, they sound right.
I don't know if you can see there is a got to look these up and look at the edge designs on them and everything. These are just, you know, they're pretty cool. So hopefully they sound right. Oh, it's official. I don't know. We'll see. And I thought, you know, if nothing else, I'll make sure I'll stamp fake in them and make some pendants. They make some bodacious pendants. So it'll be pretty cool. So yeah,
that is cool.
That's what I had for today. So it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
There you go.
Now I'm going to turn this around, and I'm not going to be able to. Can you see me?
Yep,
what do I need to do with the?
See your chin. Oh, there you are.
There we go. So yeah, that's the cranky world right now.
Yep.
So it's kind of weird not being able to see anything, but I guess that's all right. Anyways,
everybody's behaving. Let's see here. Cocker said reals are the latest hotness.
Yeah. You know, Thule had a couple that like a 2 real and something else. Are you leaving? I'll see you in the morning, sister. Love you. Thule had a 2 real, and I'm not sure if the other one was a 8 or a 4 or something. I don't know. Anyway, she had some in the chat after the last or before the last auction that they were talking about. No, that was with MSJ on the silver chat or whatever it's titled now. That's a great stream. So yeah. So it's been a busy week. How's things treating you, Missy?
Yeah, you know, it's Michigan. As I was saying before you got here, the weather finally calmed down. You know, we've had a Florida winter all year, or all summer, or Florida summer all year, and you know, we finally lost the humidity, and the weather people are complaining about having to possibly put blankets on the bed tonight. And I was like, "What's the problem?"
Complaining, really?
Yeah. Well, you know, you guys are. I get the Toledo stations at my house better than I do the Detroit stations. So one of the guys, they have like a 4 p.m. news thing, and the guy that does it has been at Channel 11 forever. The guy's in his 70s now, and he's still working. Nice guy. I've met him before. I met him at Mud Hens opening day. You know, really nice guy, but he's like, oh, I don't know. You know, it's gonna get cold tonight. It's going down to 60 tonight, and he's complaining it's gonna get cold tonight. That's time to open the windows and
exactly. I got up and had coffee out here on the porch with Grandma Cranky this morning, and it was low 60s, and you know, again, no humidity for a change, and it's just really nice. Very welcome change.
Yeah, we're ready for I always tell people don't quit trying to push it, but I think we're ready for apple cider and hoodie weather after the summer we've had. So, but yeah, it's been kind of crazy around these here parts. I don't know how much of it made the national news, but you know, I mean it's more serious than the way I'm going to put it. But you know, people trying to make us look bad here in Michigan, and guy walked into one of our major hospitals and shot his wife to death and then ran for it, but they caught him pretty quick.
Wow.
I think that made national news. And then
I think I remember hearing that story, Mishy.
Yeah, just, you know, people doing stupid stuff for stupid reasons and all that. And you know, people nutting up at the airport and they end up at our place when I'm at work. every time we see an airport ambulance come in, especially if they've got the airport police behind them, we're going to lock the doors and run. So, but
the key there is locking the door first.
Acquisition for the last week, I've ended up with 3 rolls of 1973 copper pennies. So,
let me see. Oh, nice.
That's
nice.
That's a good vintage. That's my vintage. So
there you go. 73. Well, those are nice and sparkly.
Yeah, they're uncirculated. So it's one of the guys that's got pennies coming out of his you know what, and he weighs them out. You know, he sells them by the pound. I said, hey, you know, oh, what the heck for the price? I'll buy a pound of pennies. And they were all 1973. So
outstanding. I'm still waiting on an invoice from Long Live Coins on that 2 pounds of nickel ingots that I bought. So as soon as they figure out the shipping on that, I think he was just going to bill me all at one time. But God, it was $10 a pound for pure nickel, pretty much.
Yeah, that's not bad.
However pure, whatever the purity is, you know, whether it's 99 or whatever. But yeah,
all the nickel I have is all Canadian coins. Canadian circulated Canadian quarters and dimes.
Yeah.
Because we can't spend them here, and I'm not paying the extra fee to get a special driver's license so I can go spend it over there. So
can you actually still spend silver coins in even in Canada? I mean, are they still circulating?
They're still circulating quarters, and as far as I know, quarters and dimes and nickels, but their pennies are gone. And they're $1 and $2 coins now instead of bills.
Yeah. Well, I just I heard a guy explain about gold and silver, being money.
Yeah.
That gold is, and it may have been Tim, I'm not sure, but he said, gold is money to countries, and silver is money to people.
Right.
And so it's really, really good time to buy. Oh, by the way, I won on Instagram, I won a giveaway from Bullion Exchange. It's a little piece of Swiss silver. It's really pretty.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I just found that out this afternoon, so I'll have to do a video on that when it comes in. Yeah. And that's about the only thing I've acquired.
Free silver.
yeah, exactly.
Just prior to us starting, I was watching a story on the news where they'll occasionally snatch a story from the national network and play it locally, and the copper thefts are on the rise in California.
Go figure.
To the point where like whole neighborhoods, have been out of power for weeks. And this one lady they talked to, their family's actually, because they have a landline in their house, like one out of a million people that actually has a house phone still. And they had to switch their phone lines over to an internet provider because they stole the copper from the phone lines.
Wow.
And it's like, oh, well, somebody must think copper's a hot thing. So
did I tell you? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They were even talking about this bridge in LA, which I was telling a friend of mine, this is a bridge that's been in countless movies. It always ends up in a lot of movies where they talk about where they're based in LA or South Central or certain areas like that. And the one I really remember is if anybody saw the movie SWAT that came out in 2003 with Samuel L. Jackson, LL Cool J, and all of them. The bad guy actually landed a Learjet on that bridge. Nice, bright. You can see it from a mile away. They showed video of it last night, and it's pitch dark. You can't even see the bridge because they went along the bridge and stole the copper out of the bridge. So there's no lighting on the bridge.
Wow. Did I tell you about the big theft down here in Omaha? They went into a cemetery where Miss Lori's ex-husband is buried. Into the veteran section there got hit really hard.
Oh no!
They took all they're like maybe 2-pound bronze vases in all of the stones. They stole 600 of those. 600. And went across the river to Council Bluffs, Iowa, and took 200 of them to a salvage yard, and the police obviously found them the next day, and so there's a big push to put that guy out of business for buying them. Number one, like really, nobody's going to have 200. And they arrested like 8 people. So, big.
Well, I know,
big.
I know going back, when the recession hit, the Obama administration there, they were building a huge subdivision over by where my son lives. And these houses, the contractors were leaving at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Everything was fine. They were coming back the next morning. And all the plumbing they had put in was gone because everything at that time, everything, copper plumbing. Mm-hmm. And they actually passed a law here in Michigan where I don't know if they're still enforcing it or not, but if you showed up at a scrapyard with copper, you better have documentation to tell them where you got it from.
Well, yeah, and you have to give your ID and all that stuff down here. It's like really
it's the same thing
how
but I mean that the first red flag is like, okay, where are these marker vases coming from? What did these people suddenly come back to life? And
well, yeah, you did. Well, we were cleaning out a house. Give me a break. I mean, it's just
I don't know.
Had to be a big tweaker party. There's my oldest son, Nathan.
Hello.
Say hello to everybody. Say hi, Mishy.
Hey, what?
Say hi, Mishy.
Hi, Mishy.
And everybody.
Hey. And everyone. That needed to be rehearsed, I think.
Yeah, well, we fly by the seat of our pants, son.
Yeah, this is true.
You ought to know that better than anybody. We fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah. That's why we look like Thompson pants.
That's right. Yeah, so, well, I tell you what, it's just been one thing after another this week. I don't have any news from Lake Wobegon or anything like that, but you could insert whatever village you wanted to into this. I did fill the front transfer case on the old Yukon. It takes 2 quarts to fill it, and it took 1.5 quarts. So
wow.
Yeah, so it probably ain't been checked in 5-10 years. So yeah, so I'm ready for winter. It's like, come on, cold weather.
Right.
Bring the.
The main thing, I used to get all excited about winter until I was told I can't snowmobile anymore. So,
yeah, that's
kind of took the wind out of my sails. Yeah. But, we used to have fun. I mean, it was an excuse to go up to the UP, and things are a lot different up there in the Upper Peninsula than they are, down in the city. Everything's slow motion. You get there when you get there. You get back when you get back. Nobody gets mad at anybody. The only trouble is from the Flatlanders. Or the trolls, as they call us. But.
Yeah, I have a medical change too. I now am going to have my lens replaced in my right eye before I can do the cervical. And then,
oh boy, okay,
yeah. And I was talking to the surgeon's nurse, and she said, "God, man, you're just like coming apart at the seams." and I am, and I'll give you that. But
you know what? That just means you worked them too hard when you were younger. So.
Well, you know what? It's kind of I've been kind of down and out about pretty much everything lately, and I look at it's just like this is just going to work out by God's providence, kind of almost perfect, because I'll have time to recover from that, and then I'll get the cervical done, and that'll be winter time.
Yeah.
You know, which I'm not going to be out, you know, shoveling snow or anything. And
No,
anyway, so
you better not.
it's really just like divine grace there. It's going to get done, and it's falling into place like it's supposed to. What's going to be best for me being able to get back in the shop and do some things. I've got so many
Well,
ideas. I'm going to make those deer antler rings and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be really cool. Yeah. So
I can't wait to see that when it's done.
Which, by the way, I am taking donations. If anybody's got a rack of antlers laying around they don't want, I'll buy them off of you.
See, you know what? Now I want to go up north. We used to find my friend of mine. We'd go to his cabin, and we wouldn't even have to walk 20, 30 feet out into the woods from the cabin, and we'd find them all over the place.
Oh man,
it was almost like he chose his property to shed on. But yeah, I haven't been up there. God, it was long before 2020 happened. I was up there all the time. So I think the closest I've been to the UP is Mackinac City, and that was just a weekend trip with my son before he went to in-person learning senior year of high school, and I went back to work. So, but as far as the eyes go, and you know, we're all praying for you, Cranky, for the thing with your spine and with this, obviously.
I know that, and I thank you.
Granted, my mom's situation with the eyes was a lot different than yours. A lot of her stuff was all diabetic related. But tell you quick, I'll try to give you the quick version of a long story. She basically went to the point of almost being completely blind. And it's all, and her diabetes was controlled, and I mean, she was controlling her diabetes with her diet. That's how well she had improved over the years. They got her off the needle, then eventually got her off oral medication, controlling it strictly with the diet. So she was doing great. But time came around, these were better days. I was engaged. I was getting ready to get married. And her biggest thing was, I'm not going to be able to see my son get married. And it was freaking her out. Well, her eye surgeon that she was seeing at Kresge Eye Institute in Detroit, it's one of the best in the country. She had been, she was like down on herself and all that. And Dr. Pucklin, God rest his soul, comes walking into the room, sits down in front of her, and says, well, he says, and he talks to her by name, and he's, what's going on? You're not yourself. Well, and then like, he was on a downer. Her doctor had actually put her on meds for depression. He got up, and granted, she couldn't see him. She knew he was there. She could see an outline, but she couldn't see him. He's on his little doctor stool, and he scooted up, and he got this far away from her nose and went all drill sergeant on her butt. And he says, you know what? You're going to be like this? Because I'm going to get up and walk out of the room right now. Because you know what? You've obviously given up. Or you can snap the blank out of it. We're going to fix your eyes, and you'll see your son get married in October. And he did. That's all it took. She never took the depression medication again. She went in. She had where they replaced the lenses in both eyes and did some laser work while they were in there and fitted her for glasses. But of course, like I said, hers was, I'm going to say probably because of the diabetes and all that, the damage was a lot worse than what a lot of people have. They had to fit her for glasses. And yes, in her case, they were very thick lenses, or they used to call them Coke bottle glasses.
Mm-hmm.
But she got to actually see me get married. She actually could see me, not just my outline. So,
nice. I like it.
Things have advanced so much. That was 1996. Things have advanced so much from then. Piece of cake, brother. You got this.
Yeah, and you know what, Mishy, that son of mine you guys just met has had he's the one that's had 52 major surgeries because of
God bless
his body getting busted up so bad, and he's got a system, like going under and coming out of anesthesia and all that sort of thing, and And I listened to him, and I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm happy to be getting these things
but you know
done.
what? You know,
And
Cranky,
then
it's you're gonna, you know, you're gonna be sore, you're gonna have all that, but you know what? It's gonna be so worth it on the other end.
yeah, yep. And then my youngest son, I FaceTimed with him last night. He and me and Grandma Cranky, and he is, you know, his degrees are in nutrition and sports medicine. Now he's gonna pump up my diet. He's gonna work a plan up for me for exercise. So I'm gonna get back to. He said we need to get you pumped up, Pop, and so I'm gonna have a customized exercise. And y'all know what his physique is like. You know, him and my oldest son both are just they're monsters, dude. They're studs. And I couldn't be prouder of either one of my boys, but they're a big help to me right now. Yeah, they're a big help to me right now.
Because
so
and it's and I know I've always been like this, and I've reminded people of it too. And it's obvious because of their concern that they know it. You only got one, and you got to take care of it.
Yeah.
And you only got one dad, you know, and not just them. None of us are giving up on you yet. So,
well, I'm gonna have to start passing that around a little better than I have lately. But I fully believe in, you know, God's grace has been really, really good to me, and I can't really complain about it. It's been really actually very good for me to be back quote unquote home for a few days, because it's always nice to recharge. I come down here. It's definitely a slower pace. Here's a story for y'all. I walked into my mom's bank, and a buddy of mine is the branch manager there, and I wanted to write a check for some cash, and I said I just wanted to pick up some cash today, and so I walked in. He wasn't in his office, and I said, "Would you guys give the guy a week off?" And the lady said, "No, he's off for the week, but he's in meetings." I'm like, "Oh, well, so you gave him a week off last year, right?" "Yeah." She said. She started laughing, and I said, "Hey, I just need some cash. Can I use my debit card?" And the lady said, "Well, your bank's probably going to charge you for that. Why don't you just write me a check?" And so so I walked in the bank, wrote a check for $100, and got cash. And I mean, it's just like that's small town mid America right there. They didn't know me from Adam.
Oh yeah.
But I have that air of integrity about me, I guess. I don't know. It's got an air of something. I don't know what it is. But that kind of thing here is that's that's how people do business. We talked about it before. You shake a man's hand, that's a contract here.
Right. Exactly.
And
well, it's like even my bank's over in the next town over, and it's farm town. I mean, I go into the bank and I don't have a problem with the people at my local branch. They're all great. I have a problem with the people that run the bank.
Yeah.
Because of the stupidity that they put their employees through, they put their customers through. But I walk into that bank, and every teller there and all the managers know me by name.
Yeah.
So you don't see that anymore. I walk in, and some of them they joke around. If they're slow, they want to fight over me. I'm like, wow, I feel special. But no, it's where I can walk in there, and like the one guy that I always end up getting stuck dealing with. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just he's like stickler number one for all the rules. I pull out my driver's license like you're supposed to when you're withdrawing money. He goes, come on, man. I don't know you by now. And he can sit there, he can reach up to the computer. He can even type in my account number and my name and all that because he knows it. And he's an honest guy. I don't have to worry about him selling my information. But no, it's small town is good stuff. Now I want to jump back to the chat real quick. LBS is here.
Hey, LBS.
Mike's still here. SGT is in the house.
Hey, SGT.
MSJ Southeast. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody that came in while Cranky and I were talking back and forth.
MSJ in Southeast. Good evening.
Yes, and yep. Let's see here. Let me get back up here. FG says I have a mounted set of antlers in storage that I might part with. We can exchange emails about it.
Awesome. CrankyStacker@gmail.com.
And MSJ, you spotted the poker chip. So if you're still here, right?
Who, me? Him?
What's that?
Who's poker chip? What?
MSJ spotted the elusive poker chip over here.
Oh, there you go.
So for those of you that weren't here when I kind of, on the sly introduced this, I'm gonna make myself big for a second.
Yes, sir. This is smoking, dude.
In the spring, I am going to start attempting, hopefully successfully, to do some pours. And me, I have to go over the top with everything just because, I'm goofy like that. I decided to have a poker chip made, and somewhere here I got like a sample pack of stickers from Sticker Meal. Oh, hey, they're actually up top where I can get to them. So if I send you a pour or whatever, like that, the first time I send you a pour, let me get this bag open here. I will also send you a poker chip, a sticker, and I'm still working out the certificate of authenticity for them. But this is the poker chip. Had to keep my Michi stacker on there, so it's stacking real money. And then we'll flip it over here, and then there's my, doing my pours side, and then the sticker is this, but they die cut it for me as a sample, so. Here's the sticker. So when I start doing that, I'll let everybody know. I will do my best to, do videos on it when I pour stuff.
That's so cool, dude.
I will make sure that Fire Marshal Little Michi is down here to make sure I don't burn the house down. Because like I said, my hands aren't the steadiest all the time. So.
You know what? Are you gonna use a furnace for most of your pours, or are you gonna?
Yeah, because I've been watching some videos, and I know a lot of people are having trouble doing it. I think you call it the poor man's crucible.
Yeah.
Where you cook it in the ceramic dish. I know it's somebody. I've watched a couple of videos where I thought, I can start off real cheap and do it this way until I saw, I want to say 4 or 5 videos where guys were like, yeah, good luck melting copper this way. So
yeah, I might think about loaning out my my 2 auto to you, because that's what I started with. But you know what? I don't even, and of course I don't pour copper, but I don't even turn my furnace on. I haven't even got it plugged in. All I do is I've got 6 different sizes of ceramic crucibles, and that's all I use anymore to pour.
Well, I was gonna,
and I find it easier, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was gonna grab a set and do some, because I've got a little bit of silver there that I can throw in a thing and melt. That I could do the old-fashioned way, and because I just, like I said, it's slow steps, baby steps. I'm not trying to, go out and spend a ton of money and then you know what, this isn't for me. But I'm having fun with it. So,
well, it is fun. You're gonna enjoy it a lot, and because every time you look at some sort of little trinket or something, you're gonna go, yeah, I could do that.
Right. Well, see, there's certain things, like I know you and I talked about it before. I've got my let's see, I've got some new subscribers since I did all this. Let me move some things around and grab these real quick. I did buy my first 2 molds, and for those of you that are new to the channel, don't know, I am from Michigan, born and raised in Detroit. And my first two molds that I got, here, let me make myself big again. I've got the tiger for our Detroit Tigers. And I also have the lion for our Detroit Lions, who the last couple of years have just completely and totally amazed us.
Broke it loose.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna have to.
I have had the conversation with several people about the Lions, and they get so far and they choke. They get so far and they choke. And granted, our Red Wings have not been the greatest the last several years, but I remind them, how many times did we make it to the conference finals and get beaten? How many times did we make it to whatever in the playoffs and get beaten? Well, they finally got a taste of it, and it took them a few years, but they finally won the Stanley Cup for the first time in 42 years.
Yeah.
And Mike saying, cue up the journey, born and raised in South Detroit. Everybody says there's no such thing as South Detroit. South Detroit's Canada. Well, I was born and raised on the southwest part of Detroit. But they finally won it. I'll give the Lions a couple of years. Okay, last year was the second year, and they didn't get as far as they did the year before. But hey, you know what? Poop happens. At least it's fun to watch them win. I'm one of the ones that sat through the 0-16 season where they didn't win a single game the whole year. That was painful. Watching them get as far as they did the last 2 years. Hey, that's almost worth as much as a Super Bowl to me. So.
I may have to go to that mold company that you got that Tigers thing and see if they've got a Redbirds mold I could send to you.
I think that might be a custom job because
here's
and I kind of I don't know in the live last night with MSJ and Thule, they were talking about 16D Mercury dimes, and I said, how much just to be silly, I want to find an old English D mold. I'm going to pour it and I'm going to stamp a 16D on it. And I'm
there you go.
To each of them.
I like it. There's your 16D.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. So, but it's just me. Just me being silly. But they. I actually got those from a company on Etsy. I'll send you the name of the company.
Yeah.
But they've got some cool stuff on there, and there's a couple other. Well, there's more than a couple. I've got about 15 different molds in my
yeah.
They've got.
Did you forget something? Cool. Are you getting those messages yet? Did you forget something? Are you still interested?
I'm not getting those, but I'm constantly getting the hey. You just looked at this. We'll give you 25% off if you between now and this date. So,
yeah.
But
I got a funny story about so we're talking Tigers and Redbirds here. My son and his now ex-wife, in their house that they lived in here in town, their next door neighbors were huge Cub fans. And I don't know what's wrong with him, but clearly he's got some issues. Well, but they were out of town one time, and I bought a great big, like a 3x5 Cardinals flag.
Yeah.
And when they were out of town, we went over and took down his Cubs stuff and put that Cardinal fan on the front of a flag on the front of his house. And he's a very mild, almost a Casper milk toast kind of guy, and very, very mild, good natured and mild and all that. It's the only time I've ever heard the guy swear in my life. He went ballistic.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like let's do it again. Let's do it again. God bless you, Dale. By the way,
as close as we are to the state line, there's there's some individuals who have gotten lost and forgot what side of the state line they're on, and then their flagpole's out in front of their house. They have the flag on their flagpole. You know where we live.
Yeah, they definitely got some issues.
The Ohio State University. Now, going back a few years when I was still before the surgery to fix my neck, my roommate and I were coming back from being out to dinner, and apparently I didn't turn my turn signal on when I made the right turn to go down our road, and I got pulled over by the sheriff's department.
Wow.
Deputy, nicest guy in the world. And I mean no disrespect to this kid. Compared to me, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Looked like a little kid playing dress up, like he dressed up as his dad for Halloween. Right. Super nice guy. He says, "Sir, the reason I pulled you over, blah, blah, blah. Just wanted to make sure we're all right, because I did flip the thing, but with my hands the way they are, I didn't realize I hit it again and shut it off. When I hit the thing for the turn signal." Well, yeah. I run into this kid all the time now. And he's just a super, really nice guy, very, very chill about doing his job and all that. Well, apparently his entire family, including him, went to and graduated from the University of Michigan. Go Blue. Yeah. There's a certain weekend. He works day shift now. There is a certain weekend every year where he begs to work that weekend, and he will drive up and down this road where this one particular house is with the big red O on their flag, playing the Michigan fight song over his PA system in a scout car.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He will drive
good
up
man
and down Grafton the whole time the game's on, and he's got the game on the radio in his car. Drive back and forth up and down Grafton. Every time he goes by this house, he PAs the U of M fight song.
I like him already.
Yeah,
I like him already.
Oh yeah. So SGT, SGT, those molds, actually, I got those with those coupons where, hey, you've been looking at this, we'll give you X amount off. Those were like $45 a piece. So the one I really want is the one that's going to cost me. They make the molds for each of the states, and I want the Michigan one, but they don't show you the Michigan one. The one they show in the pictures is Indiana. And I'm like, and my main thing is, if you're not going to give me the lower and the upper peninsula, I don't want it.
Yeah.
But it's like, that one's like $70 because it's a custom thing.
The whole state.
Yeah, I want the whole state, not just the mitten. I need the rabbit too. So
there you go.
But yeah. So Ernest Edwards is here. Let's see. Just making sure. I'm going back real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Joseph Lopez. I don't remember if I said hi to you or not, but Joseph is here.
Hi, Joseph Lopez. What's up, yo?
Everything's well with you. And yeah, I'm going to have fun with it. I'm not going to stress out about it. I've been watching videos, watching everybody else, how they do their stuff. And, the easier, the better.
Well, for sure, follow SGT because he's crushing it.
Oh, you know what? I watch SGT pour and I feel my wallet shrinking by the millimeter.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, it shrinks quick.
Him and Stacker Man does a lot of, he does brass and everything, man. I'll tell you what, that dude, for that special project, I still haven't shown anybody. He did yellow brass and red brass and copper. I mean, it's just incredible stuff. And Broke Stacker does some nice copper work. So I still want to try some pewter, but I can't find any. Now I did find a source for 925 shot. So I'm gonna pick up some 925 shot and some 3.9s and have it do a little work with that. Oh, and by the way, everybody, if you caught my video, I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I did have a brief meeting with Dave from Coinhuskers the other day, and we are going to do another in-depth interview
awesome
with Dave coming up here pretty soon. and he was asking me about Two Brothers Stacking. You seen them anywhere? I haven't seen them anywhere, but
I have not.
I need to check on them, do a wellness check. But anyway, Dave,
Yeah, I haven't
Dave's
seen
got
them
a
in
lot
quite a
going
while.
on, and so you know he's got a new Cornhuskers round out that he did a little survey on. One was a colorized back, red and white, which of course is the red and cream, which is the Nebraska colors, and one was a plain silverback, and he didn't have that was a limited edition on those.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to try and pick up a couple of pieces like that and do some giveaways and stuff when I do the interview with him. But did you see the pin coin?
MSJ said, because I know you can't see the comments.
Right.
MSJ said, Cranky, I may be able to send you some pewter.
Oh, sweet. I'll pay you, whatever market value is. I just can't find it. So yeah, that'd be really good. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd like to do some pewter.
Yep.
But yeah, he's Dave's got a lot of irons in the fire as always, and I'm really looking forward to talking with him because it's going to be a good. I told him I'd have a few more in-depth questions next time. I want to get his feelings on silver and paper silver and things like that. Did you hear the thing where that Sal did with the central bank, not a private bank, a central bank of Saudi Arabia bought like I don't know how many millions of dollars of silver, paper silver, but still, that's it's starting to get the attention,
Oh yeah,
and that should be nothing but good for physical.
Yeah, I know. Stack Attack touched on it a little bit too.
Did he?
With paper silver and that in one of his videos. So MSJ wants to know how much you need.
Oh, just I don't know if it'd be nice to have 5 or 10 ounces of pewter if it's available. But whatever you've got, I'll email you when I get back home, probably tomorrow evening or the next day, and we can chat about what you want to sell and what you want to hold on to, because it's going to be nice. Did you see the Tim Yankee and Tim coin?
I did. Just waiting for
that.
MSJ said he'll get you a package together. Free.
Cool.
He said
no,
free.
you don't need to be doing that. You just let me know what a.
Also, FG said that he emailed you about the antlers. So.
Oh, cool. Very good. Well, I have
MSJ just emphasized free.
Oh, well, gosh darn it. You know who's going to get the first pour then?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That reminds me, if I ever remember to go to the mail or the mailbox, go to our friends, the postal service. I've actually I found something for MSJ that I got to send him. It's just being fun, being silly. I don't expect anything in return, and I do that every once in a while. Yeah. But he had a copper bar that he got with the Trump doing the Grand Theft Auto. And, and then the guys that are running away in the stolen car is Biden and Obama. And I ended up with 4 of them. I just thought this would go good with it, so I'm going to send him one. That's from the election.
Nice.
From the election where to go? Let me do this real quick. One of these guys. Figured that go
nice.
good with his Grand Theft Auto one. What
there you go.
The I can't remember the name of the game now. It was a boxing video game back in the 80s. Kind of reminded me of that. And
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Video game road. Here you go. So
I like it.
Plus, eventually, as I send stuff out, I'm sending the magnet that I showed you guys like a month ago. So So
awesome.
Those are coming out too. So yeah,
Awesome.
I had to keep up with the cool kids and get some magnets because I had several people. Why don't you do a magnet? So, but hey, see, I'm stacking the copper for pouring.
There you go.
I gotta count it. I don't even know how many ounces I got in there now. So
I've got like almost a half tube of 1 ounce copper rounds.
yeah.
Well,
I've got.
I love them. I think they're pretty. They're very pretty when they're.
Oh, yeah. And I know I mentioned this in my video the other day, but I have a new friend or dealer, if you want to put it that way. That guy,
Bucky Beaver.
Yes. That's just a bad place when you're not supposed to have any of what they got in there.
Nice.
Yeah, I kind of we were bad, but we don't do it all the time, so it's not a big deal. Until they get done building the one in Dayton, Ohio. It's only 3 hours away from us, and we can road trip that. We've done it before.
Yeah, heck yeah, that's just a day trip there.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've done it to Columbus, which is actually a little further down.
The a-hole of the country.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't have a problem with Columbus. I just have a problem with the fact they have the toilet bowl of the nation and in the middle of the city.
It's the people of the city of Columbus.
I told you, Columbus, I've never had a problem with.
I will say I'm pretty. There's one thing, I've told you before. My uncle retired assistant dean of mechanical engineering at the university, and I went and spent a couple of. She was one of my favorite. His wife was my father's only sister, and she was one of my favorite aunts. She was just a super lady, and still is. But I spent a couple of weeks with him one summer, and actually got to go down to. It was my very first time I ever, seeing a college stadium or a college stadium up close or anything, and they took us into the stadium down there, and we got to walk around on the sidelines and everything. There wasn't anybody there, but people working, and that was a cool thing. I got to see that.
I'll tell you this: if you ever get to Michigan, this goes for anybody, and especially if you're into like college football and that, you guys get to Michigan, I will take you to the Big House, because that's one that's
got to be seen. Yeah,
that's U of M. I mean, that place is huge. They can put over 100,000 people in the stands on a Saturday for a college football game.
So if each one of those 100,000 people, Mishy, wrote a check for $100, would that pretty much cover their fines, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you knew I had to get that.
I've had several people give me a hard time about this, but I've mentioned in the past that my previous career, I'm a patch collector.
Yeah,
and we have our little themes that we go down. And these are literally the only things that I own that have the Ohio State University on it. And that would
you got some patches? Nice. That one on the left's pretty sharp looking.
And it's only because they're in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Otherwise,
I get it.
The patches would not be in my house.
I'm gonna get me. I'm actually, Mizzou went to the southeast, and they're with Arkansas and all them down there, and I'm kind of glad they did, because I told my sister the other day I gotta get me a black and gold Mizzou hat and a black and gold sweatshirt. And I'll wear them up there all the time.
There you go.
I mean, I don't worry about irritating anybody anyway, but it's just kind of a little less pressure,
And then here's my latest acquisition.
Very nice.
Yes.
Bring it up a little closer, boss.
Okay. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, bring it up.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, I couldn't see it before, but yeah, that's
Yes.
And that's an actual official retired on the uniform patch, folks.
This is when they were making good patches. This isn't the cheap stuff that they make now.
Yeah. That is kind of a nice looking patch, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, that would cool. Be if Columbus is the bottom end, that Omaha would be one of the armpits, I think, with the
Well, now I do have to say this, if you guys, those of you that are on social media, and I will put a plug in for this guy because I've met him. I haven't really had a chance to really have a conversation with him. I have met him. There's a guy on Facebook, Instagram, and his name, handle, whatever you want to call it, is "Oh no, it's the Popo," one word. And this guy, he is like the best public relations, get out in the neighborhood cop you got anywhere in the country. This kid, he grew up hating the police. He wasn't exactly a fine, upstanding young man when he was a kid. He got to high school and he wanted to play football. Well, he's just tall, scrawny, like J.J. Evans on Good Times. And he starts working out at the gym because they had a program where the kids that wanted to play football could go there and work out. And he's in there working out. He doesn't have a clue what he's doing. Well, these two guys, obviously they've been lifting for a while. It's like, hey, kid, let's show you how to do this. They don't know each other from Adam, and the guys, they really helped him out, showed him how to work all the machines and all that. Well, come to find out, these guys were both U.S. Marshals.
Nice.
And he credits Bill Swank and this other guy, and I know Bill too. I've known Bill for a long time, with turning him around, and because they took the time to care and show him what. And this guy, I don't dislike the Columbus Police Department anymore because they've got him. But this is the guy, he'll go right out into the neighborhood and deal with the kids and all that.
Yeah, nice.
And he's not on social media as much as he used to be. But I mean, you got these kids that would normally, they hate the police, but when he rolls up in his car, they come running. They come running to him, not from him.
That's a good thing.
And he's a great guy. So if you guys ever get a chance to check him out on social media, he's a big kid at heart. So, he can get kind of silly in some of his videos, but he'll get real serious in some of his videos too, about things. But no, good guy, fun guy to watch. So,
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I better go feed Marty the Wonder Dog.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say we're getting up there. We're at 108 right now. Hour and 8.
Get ready to tuck Grandma in.
Yeah.
We watched. You're gonna love this. She's 96, right? And
God bless her.
I went in to tuck her in last night, and Marty always jumps up right on the bed and lays down right next to Grandma because she likes tucking her in, and we chat and talk about this and that, and last night she gave me the choice of 2 movies to sit in there and watch with her. One was that one that I watched not too long ago. In fact, I think I was down here. Was the Failsafe, 1967.
Oh wow!
With Walter Matthau and Henry Fonda, and I mean the names go on and on and on. And that it was either that or John Wick 3.
Wow!
So I said, well, I don't know, I like both of them, and so she said, I want to watch this one. So we went and we watched John Wick 3. I love it.
Well, I'm hemming and hawing around because I'm a cheapskate. But there's a newer streaming service called the Angel Network.
Yep.
That has come around, and
I'm gonna do that one.
A lot of actors have moved over to that because some of the things that they don't like being told to do in mainstream Hollywood.
Yeah.
And one of I say local, he's a Michigan guy. He's actually from the Gaylord area up north. His name's Kevin Lawson. He's actually had a pretty good sized part in the movie Homestead.
Yeah.
And now it's a series. And
yep.
I'm really hemming and hawing about dropping the money to get that.
We're going to subscribe to that too. Yeah, that's a service that we are going to get. And you know, I turned Miss Lori onto Tubi, and you know, about all she does. Man, dude, I can't. It's either Walking Dead or like a World War II documentary on Tubi or something like that. She's like.
Well, see, my problem is I'm running out of things to watch on there because I did the whole series Flashpoint, which was a lot of people thumbed their nose at it because it was based in Canada, but it was a cop show.
Yeah.
The thing I liked about it, when it came out, my son was at the age that I was when Chips came out back in the 70s. And
yeah.
I finally understood what my mom meant when she says, I don't have a problem with my young child watching this show. Because, you know, the Ponch and John, they guns were only pulled twice the whole time that show was on. And it was the same guy both times. They pulled their guns more in the reunion movie than they did in the whole series. But
Marty.
That was the thing with Flashpoint, was they didn't kill everybody they encountered like a lot of your cop shows now where everybody gets shot. But I watched the whole series of Flashpoint. Then I went back and realized just how gullible I was when I was a kid. I watched the whole series of TJ Hooker. And then I'm like, all right, you know,
Marty. I'm sorry, Missy.
Marty. No, you're good.
House. Thank you. All right. I had to get her back to the house. She's a good girl.
I start going through and I'm like, all right, let's see if these movies are as stupid as I thought they were. And this is my opinion, not only as being a fan of the TV series, but also being the real thing in real life for 20 years. Chips is the stupidest movie, waste of money, time, effort, and talent I've ever seen. And then after I watched that, I watched Paul Blart. Second stupidest movie in history.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. That's a good kind of stupid though.
Yeah, you know. But I was like, yeah, you know what? They could have done better.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Oh, there's Marty.
There she is, Marty the Wonder Dog.
Yeah. So, all right, Transient just popped in. We're getting ready to wrap it up. Because we usually go about an hour. We're pushing an hour. Oh, we're coming up on an hour and 13 now. So
yeah,
everybody that stopped in, thank you for doing so. Thanks for watching if you're watching the replay. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks on Monday night to do it again, God willing.
We will, God willing. That's right. Yep.
And so I'm gonna wrap up my part, and then we'll let Cranky wrap up his part. Keep stacking, keep hunting. And we'll see you soon. I'm out.
We will, and everybody that came in tonight, thanks so much. We appreciate it more than you guys will ever know. The only thing I want to say to close things out before I close things out is take care of yourselves. You know, Amen. Just take care of yourselves, and then we'll close it with the stay safe, shoot straight, keep stacking, stack the right stuff, y'all. I'm out.
All right, everybody. See you soon.